Hey y'all, it's your girl Whitney D, and I am back with another video. Not me saying I'm back like I just been consistent this whole time, but anyway, let's not talk about it. Let's get into this video. So today we will be discussing Netflix's #1 rated show right now, Squid Games. So for anyone who has not seen the show and you plan on watching the show, or you just don't want to see spoilers, then please exit stage left and watch the show, and then you can come back later on and see what I think about it. For those of you who have watched the video, make sure you check me out on Instagram, comment on my post so we can chat about it, and I want to know how you feel. I want to know if you feel the same way that I feel about the show. So stay tuned and let's get into the video. Okay, so as I mentioned, we will be talking about Squid Games, and there have been numerous articles and reports online saying that this is the #1 show on Netflix. It kind of proves, if you have been on social media, everybody is talking about it. It's memes and TikToks everywhere, and people are just discussing it. So I want to discuss it too, and we are just going to get right into it. Okay, so now that we are getting into the games, let's start with the first game. The most simple game of them all, red light, green light. Who has not played red light, green light? Raise your hand. Okay, if you haven't played it, you lame. I don't know what kind of childhood you had, but it's a simple game. Red light, green light. Green light, go. Red light, stop. But let me just say this about this game. I feel like, okay, put myself in this situation. I feel as if red light, green light, okay, that'll be simple enough. I feel like with this game I could have won. But I am slow. Y'all, everybody who know me in real life know your girl does not run, sadly. That's not good. I shouldn't have told y'all that. Whatever. But anyway, I'm slow and I know this. So maybe it may have been to my advantage, if I'm taking off and then she say red light, since I'm slow, it won't be that hard to stop. But because baby, if your hair moved the wrong way, you getting shot. This little thing can see everything. This looked like Annabelle's cousin or something. I don't know. She just looked she just looked a mess. But anyway, so the game start and people they running. You got people showing out thinking that they finna do something. And then once people start getting shot, that's when the other people take off running. People like it's Black Friday banging on the door talking about, let me out, let me out, let me out. Okay, they're gonna let you out, all right. They're gonna put you out of your misery. Okay, and that's what eliminated means. So with red light, green light, I feel like I would have had a pretty good chance. I think I would have made it, unless I got trampled over or sneezed or something. What if somebody had to sneeze? It was a lot of dirt and dust flying up in the air. What if somebody had to sneeze? Or what if somebody cramped? Imagine yourself in that situation. I can't. So let's move on to game number 2. Game number 2, I feel like would have took me out. Game number 2 would have definitely took me out just because of the simple fact that I am not a patient person. I have zero patience. And so and I get frustrated. And so my hands would have been sweating. I about would have got a little rough and rammed the needle in the little thing a little too hard. I'm pretty sure I would have got out. Eliminated. In the second round, because that was a little intense. And I ain't gonna lie, through that one, I was sweating like I was there and my body was tingling. I'm just nah. The honeycomb would have took me out. I don't know, that one made me real nervous. That might be one of my least favorites. So what's the next game? Tug of War. Number 3 was Tug of War. For sure wouldn't have made it to Tug of War, because and then I have lost every single game of Tug of War that I have played, and I don't know if has it been one-on-one or has it been with a group? I don't know, but I know I never won. So I'm pretty sure in this situation I wouldn't have won either. This situation was it was about strategy, but it was really about luck of the draw, and I'm not a lucky person. So yeah, they probably would have counted me out because, like I said, I'm slow, I'm irritable. They wouldn't have picked me, so I would have went with the losing team on that one. So I'm pretty sure if I made it to round 3, that would have been another level that I would have lost, because Yeah, but I did like that little strategy that the old man had. That was pretty cool. That was all right. Next. Oh, okay. So next game is where it got interesting. And I feel as if like the players, y'all should have started thinking a little smarter. If you see that people are being eliminated, aka, you know, shot up, then you need to start thinking like, okay, they want us to get in pairs. So maybe whoever I'm paired with, maybe we actually competing against each other. And so I just feel like the contestants should have been a little smarter. Me personally, I feel as if I was in that situation, I would have been a little smarter. Like, hey, let's not be partners. Just with the honeycomb game, right? Game number 2, when Sang-woo told his group, you know, it's probably best that we don't, you know, even though he was being trifling and low down and he knew what he was doing, still that was a good, you know, a good mindset to have in the game. Like, you don't always want to be with your allies. In any case. So I just feel like if I made it that far in the game, probably not. But if I did, then I would have just thought about, you know, you got to think strategic, you know, and I think that they were moving out of fear instead of, you know, moving strategically. But yeah, for sure, wouldn't have made it, because this is another game that was basically luck of the draw. It's like, who gonna get lucky and win? This is a little marble game. And which another thing, I did not watch this because I seen a spoiler on Facebook on accident. I'm kind of just scrolling and I see like a post somebody posted, and they was like, ooh, this was so sad. And I knew as soon as I get to that game, I'm skipping. I wasn't gonna watch that because it seemed like everybody was crying. Like when I skipped and then played it, everybody crying. Jihan, he choking the old man out, talking about you need to get it together. Them 2 girls crying. It's just like, yeah, I wouldn't have won that either, because I would have been smart about it and not picked my ally, but I also wouldn't have went home because luck of the draw. Who gonna get lucky? Now I want to say, for real, the 5th game, the plank challenge, I think this was my favorite game. It made me cringe the most out of all the games. This is definitely a level that I would have lost for sure if I made it this far. But I will say, you know how they was talking about, oh, you don't never want to go first and you don't never want to go last. You always want to pick the middle numbers. I don't know. Sometimes it's better to be last. Think about it. When you in school and it's like presentation week or whatever, you praying that you go last, or maybe somewhere on down the end, because you know throughout the week, if you go last, you're gonna go on Friday. So that means whenever you go last, you have more time to do your work and finish your work, as opposed to the people who go first. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's benefits to going last. So I probably would have picked the last numbers. That's just how I look at it. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I would have lost though. That's what I do know. Game number 6, the Squid Game. I'm not even gonna tell you if I feel like I would win this, because I wouldn't even make it this far. For real. I know I wouldn't make it this far. Anyway, so let's get into these characters right quick. Let me tell y'all, I like Jihan up until the end. You know, Jihan, he was a good guy. He really wanted the best out of the game, and he thinking that, you know, it's teamwork make the dream work and we all gonna go home with some money. No. You the only one going home, sir. Sorry. But like, I really liked his character up until the ending, because he was just a good, optimistic guy, always looking for the bright side. You know, he got scared and stuff like that, but he was a team player. He never wanted to cross nobody, unlike his homeboy. And I use that term very loosely, because their relationship seemed like a very one-sided, you know. But let's get into Sang-woo. I don't know. He, from the get-go, I could sense that he was just gonna be a dirty player. Because when they first did Red Light, Green Light, it was just when Jihan walked up, he like, Sungwoo, what's up, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. What you doing here too? And he like, man, get out of my face. Like, leave me alone. It was like that. And you could kind of tell that he was real sketch. And I'm not gonna say I didn't like him. I was hoping and wishing for the best for him. But it's like towards the end when stuff got real, he got real dirty. And I just didn't like that. Well, I'm not gonna say I didn't like him. I'm not gonna say I didn't like him. Because once he, you know, met his fate, spoiler alert, you kind of see like his humanity and, you know, all that type of stuff. So it was kind of like an up and down, love, hate type of thing. But he wasn't that bad. That bad. Sae-byeok, I did not like her in the beginning. She one of them characters who, opposite of Sang-woo. Sang-woo is kind of like, he start off like, okay, I might like this guy. He got a voice, you know, he speak up, he does things. You like, okay, I might like this guy. And then it progresses. I can't stand him. With Sae-byeok, it was like the opposite. I couldn't stand her. She coming in there with this tough exterior. And I mean, I get it. You done been through life and all these things and you got to be tough. Okay, whatever. But girl, calm down. Calm down. Like, in any given situation, you don't never want to be the odd man out. I get it. You don't trust nobody, but you can be fake. You can be fake in situations like this. Look at old girl who was running around from group to group trying to get her. You can be fake. She wasn't being fake. She was being obnoxious and annoying. But still, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can fake it till you make it and play the system, play the game. Just like our next dude, Doc Soo. He crazy, but you know, he played the game. He knew what to do. Now he did, you know, he did get one thing straight, that he was the head honcho and when nobody gonna mess with him. He did do that. And he run around here killing people. I didn't like that. I didn't like how he was doing all that killing. He killed the man over the egg. He threatening people. He run around here starting riots and just doing all types of things. And, you know, he was one of those characters who remained the same throughout the whole show. And I hated him throughout the whole show. Let's get to Ali. Ali was straight. He was just kind of like, You know, I really didn't feel no type of way about Ali. I mean, I did like him. He was a sweet guy, real kind and polite. But he was kind of just, and he was down for his team. I can't say that I liked him or disliked him. I just really hate how he went out, you know? And that's that. The next guy is Oh Il-nam. He was sweet. This is the thing. He like the nice old man. You know, you couldn't really figure out why he there. Y'all, you gotta read between the lines with that one. But it's like, he was just like a sweet old man. But it was kind of like I got tired of him because I got nervous. And I'm like, he like a burden to the group. And it's like he kept on surviving. But I liked him at first. I'm saying that for the people who haven't watched the show, and I'm trying to be respectful. But if you keep on continuing in this video, you're gonna get spoilers. But right now, I'm being respectful. Okay. So, I really don't want to talk about this lady. I don't know how to say her name, but you know, the one who was crazy, hopping around from group to group to group, hated her the whole time, was waiting for her demise. Let's get to my favorite character. Jun Ho, my favorite character. I loved his character. I feel like it was a nice twist, you know, instead of seeing contestants and, you know, staff and frontman, you get to see somebody outside who who's not playing the game, but they have, you know, something to do with it. And so he was just a good character. You know, he was like on it. Now, I will say one thing about him that got on my nerves. He doing all this talking. Sir, you supposed to be quiet. And then if you impersonate somebody else and all these people talking, you don't think that the person you impersonating talk back to them? You don't think they'll know his voice? I mean, come on now. You doing all this chitter chatter. That right there made me nervous. I'm like, you finna get caught. You about to get caught. And that phone made me so nervous in his pocket because I'm like, oh, well, now that I think about it, he ain't had no service. But it still made me nervous. Like, what if, like an alert went off, or like, why did this man's phone never die? Did y'all think about that? His phone never died the whole time. Did he have like a portable charger somewhere? But you still gotta charge those. And then he had an iPhone. I know that iPhone wasn't on for 6 whole days. And then he recording all day, writing little notes in the middle of the night. And I know for sure that room didn't have no outlet. So they didn't think about that one. I'm just like, how his phone still on? But I just thought about that. Like, his phone never died. Anyway, he was my favorite character out the whole show. Go figure, right? And he was cute. He was a little cutie. So let's talk about the front man. It ain't really much to say about the front man. What I got to say about the front man, I'm going to say in my pros and cons selection of the video. But, you know, he was just the front man running the thing, running the show. Let me just go ahead and get into these pros and cons. Now, let's get into a couple cons. I'm going to go with cons first because let me just get all the stuff I don't like out the way first, and then we can go to like the good positive stuff that I did like about the show. So a lot of people that I have chatted with and had my little discussions with, they saying like, and we all agree that the one thing we didn't like about the show is the fact that Ji-hoon, okay, you didn't won the whole little game or whatever. And you get, you get home and you fall into this deep depression. You don't use none of the money. And it's okay if you're not going to use the money, but you could have at least helped these people's families. Like your homeboy asked you to take care of his mama. That girl asked you to take care of her brother. And it's just like, so forget them and like they request. You just decided, oh, I ain't gonna do nothing with the money. Like, I didn't like that. It was just kind of like, what was the point? If that was the case, you could have just let your homeboy win and went home with the money. But it was really selfish, if you ask me. It was just a selfish move. Like, why would you act like that? Why would you be like that? Now, I will give him the fact that he wanted to back out of the game. He didn't want to win. You know, while they were playing the Squid Game, they didn't beat the brakes off of each other. You know, they both tied. At this point, Ji-hoon was ready to go home. He was like, you know what, forget this. I'm not finna kill my homeboy. I'm not finna watch my homeboy die just so I can get some money, just so he can't get the money. And so he said, forget this, I'm finna quit. And he tried to shake his homeboy hand. His homeboy, took the easy way out because he knew when he got home, he was going to prison. So he was finna leave one bad situation and go straight to another one. So it's just like, I get it. He didn't want to win. He didn't want the money. But still, it's kind of like, well, these people pretty much sacrificed themselves so you could win. Even the crazy lady sacrificed herself, even though it was really a selfish thing. She still sacrificed herself so they could even have a chance to walk the glass plank. So it's like, multiple people have said that they didn't like that, and I'm one of those. I agree. I don't like that. How do y'all feel? Hop in these comments and let me know how you feel about the ending and how the main character Ji-hoon, how he handled the situation, because I just felt like that was real selfish. And then the fact, forget all them other people. Did you forget you have a kid who is like on the midnight train to the U.S.? Like, did you forget that? You fall into this deep, dark depression, sitting on the coast, taking it to the head. Meanwhile, homegirl, going to a whole nother continent. So it's just like, you're annoying. So that's one thing I didn't like about it. I didn't like the ending. Another thing with the ending I didn't like that old man sitting up there playing all them games. Sir, why are you doing this? Oh, Il-nam, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? You are a lunatic. And that's why I said I liked him in the beginning when I thought he was just an old man. But then when I learned he a lunatic and a maniac, I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? He never told us why he did it. Never told us what his motive was. And if you notice, when the detective was doing all that looking, you saw games from like 98, 99, like back in the day. So this has been going on for years. And so you just not gonna tell us. You just gonna sit there and die and not tell us why you crazy. I didn't like that. If there's a season 2, in which I'm assuming it's gotta be, because they left a lot of things. How you gonna have a season and not tell us why you doing this? That really got on my nerves. I think that's my top con. Why you didn't do this? Let's talk about this flight, Jesus. So so he in the airport and he get like PTSD because he see the cute little scout who picked him out the crowd and had him go into the game and slapped him around a couple times. He see him and go into full-fledged PTSD mode. And instead of getting on the plane and going to see his kid, he want to go on a whole, born identity mission and try to find these people. Listen, sir, you do realize they gave you that money. You do realize they put that money in your account and they can take it all back. When you was on the phone and they told you to get on the plane, and they should have told you that they watching you. And I want to know what he think he finna do. What do you think you finna do? You ain't got no weapons. You ain't got no team. You ain't got none of that. I guess he living on faith. I don't know. Let's talk about this front man, because he is another person in this show who really got on my, not really got on my nerves, but got on my nerves. Number one rule for them, don't take your mask off outside of your room. So basically, don't ever take your mask off, right? If you take your mask off, you die. He run around here killing everybody who take their mask off. And then when, spoiler alert, he run into his brother, Y'all, I'm getting a little carried away. Let me slow down, okay? When he run into his brother, the detective, he take his mask off. So you just broke the number one rule. And I'm sitting here wondering why ain't none of these red men, these red hazmat suit men shot him, lit him up like the 4th of July. I'm trying to figure out why ain't nobody shot him. He just broke the number one rule, okay? Come on now. That was just one thing. Second thing, he talking about the doctor got like an unfair advantage, and he killed the doctor because the doctor had an unfair advantage. And I don't even know if that's the real reason why he killed the doctor, but at the same time, he went on this little thing talking about, oh, we got to give players equal chances, yada, 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 killed the doctor. But then in the same sense, when all these games get started, you allow people to play dirty. Come on now, they switching marbles, pushing people off the glass planks, and you're allowing this. And if that's the case, you could have let the doctor live. You didn't even have to kill the doctor. If you're trying to give everybody, because everybody pretty much was playing dirty. Everybody was playing dirty. Whether the doctor knew the games ahead of time or where the people in the game were cheating. Everybody playing dirty. You may as well. Just because the doctor knows the game doesn't mean he gonna win. Just saying. But yeah, that was one thing that was kind of like, why you do that? But let's get into the front man and the detective who, if you finish the show, you know that they are brothers. We found that out. Now, I knew from the beginning, I knew that the detective, the brother he was looking for, I knew that he wasn't playing. I knew he wasn't playing. I figured that his brother worked there, but I did not think that he was the front man. That I didn't think until they was both on the cliff and, they talking or whatever. And I'm like, I think this is his brother. I'm still on the cons, y'all, but I wish that the show would have gone more into like their relationship and all that type of stuff. What was their relationship like? Because I would assume they close. He didn't went all out his way going into this facility, risking his life trying to find his brother that he think died. And it's just like, so they obviously were close. So I would have, and then the front man then shot his brother, in which he's not dead, right? He's not dead. Because if you paid attention, he only shot him over here. He only shot him in the shoulder. He run around here shooting everybody else in the head. He didn't shot at least 3-4 people in the head. So if he wanted to kill his brother, he would have, right? He didn't want to. That's why he shot him in the shoulder. He knew he was going to fall in the water and find a way. But anyway, I would have liked for them to elaborate. But given the fact that it was only 9 episodes, I get it. It's only so much you can do in 9 episodes. That's why they need to come out with a season 2. And then, too, this is, like I said, reported to be the #1 show on Netflix right now. So it could come back for another season. I think I'm done with my cons. Y'all, when y'all comment down below, let me know if it was something about the show that you didn't like. And then maybe you can refresh my memory to something that I missed. I'm not sure. But y'all just let me know. Because it's just like, what the freak? Let's move on to the pros, okay? Hey y'all, real quick, if the setup looks a little different, I had to stop filming real quick, but let's just go ahead and hop back into this video. Let's get to the pros. That's where I left off. So pro #1, I did enjoy the characters and what roles they played. They all had different personalities and different roles to play, and I really enjoyed that. From the contestants to the detective, I really enjoyed the characters. They all were nice. I didn't enjoy all of them, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying I like the roles that they played within the show. The storyline and the plot were really good. Like I said, I like the overall idea of the game. I just wish they would have gone into more detail. But overall, the show had a good concept, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Would I recommend? Absolutely. I'm going to recommend for those of you who haven't seen the show, if by now this didn't draw you in, go watch the show. I do recommend it. I'm going to give it on a scale from 1 to 5, I give it a 3.5 out of 5 because I honestly cannot get over the fact that they left out information. I just can't let that go. Maybe some of you can, and maybe I'm doing the most, but you should do the most too. You shouldn't just take this for what it is. Ask questions, and I want to know certain questions. But other than that, I would recommend the show. 3.5 out of 5, like I said. I may even rewatch the show. If all these memes and TikToks haven't, persuaded you to watch yet, hopefully this video is the icing on the cake, cherry on the cake, whatever, for you to decide to watch the show. Go ahead and watch it. So yeah, that's the end of this video, y'all. I've said all I've had to say. I thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said earlier, comment on my Instagram post so we can talk about it. You can comment here too on YouTube. I mean, whatever. Just comment on either or so we can chat. I want to hear if it's something in this video that I missed, a viewpoint that you have. Comment and let me know so we can chat about it. All right. I will see y'all in the next video. You can comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I really don't care because I already got the views. So thank you for watching, y'all, and I'll see you soon. Bye.